I'm Lino, a student reporter with Invention Convention Worldwide, and I'm here with Jay Flores, a STEM influencer. So Jay, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you're doing in the STEM community right now?
Yeah, so I grew up in a family that had a little bit of technical background because of the military, and then my mom is a elementary school psychologist. So I found this mix of wanting to help people and also wanting to work on technical skills. And so that started out as an engineering career. I studied mechanical engineering, and then eventually turned into how do I get more youth engaged in fun science experiments and experiences that are as entertaining as they are educational.
Yeah, that's really cool. So why do you think programs like the Invention Convention are so important to getting kids involved in STEM and things like that?
Yeah. Opportunities like Invention Convention are critical because we're having that opportunity for everyone to understand that they can create new things, right? The world doesn't have to be the way that it is. If there's a problem that you see that you think we shouldn't have to deal with anymore, you can start innovating to make that possible. And starting young is a great opportunity to explore, to fail a little bit, to grow, and then just eventually change the world.
Yeah, so why do you think failure is such an important part of the invention process?
Failure is one of the most important things for, I think, young people to understand as not a negative thing. So I think of both failure and success as different types of building blocks, right? A failure oftentimes will stop us when it's actually something that you can use. Let's say we're building a wall or building a building, right? That is still a step or a block towards what you're trying to accomplish in the long run. It may not be the most pleasant experience. It might not be exactly what you wanted in the moment, but it's something that's going to help you keep moving forward. And when you can get comfortable with that, you're going to be much more successful because then you're willing to try difficult things. You're willing to try things that have never been done before. And that's where true innovation happens.
Yeah. So you said your mission is to try and get more kids involved in STEM. Why is it so important that young kids just start getting involved in invention and STEM at an early age?
I think there's a lot of big problems that we're facing as a community, as a country, as a world. And we really need all hands on deck. And I think everyone has the opportunity to do that. It's just whether if you have an experience like this that puts you in a position to exercise that opportunity so that it doesn't just stay as an idea in your head, but it then becomes a prototype and then maybe a patent and then something that actually makes an impact in the world in the long term.
So how's your experience with American Ninja Warrior correlated to failure and trying and persevering and never giving up?
Ninja Warrior has been like a blessing in disguise when it comes to everything that I think about innovation and STEM and continuing to persist and persevere because you don't usually get to try the obstacles right away, right? The first time on the show, you just have to try it out and it may or may not go well. But then you can go back to the gym and you can try out and try to improve on those different things that you may have struggled with at first. And that's what the innovation process is about too, right? You try something, you have a theory or a hypothesis, it may or may not work, and then you expand on it. So getting comfortable with trying an obstacle and failing, and then finally getting it and that joy is something that I think young people can really benefit from at something like Invention Convention. It's trying to do something new and bouncing off different ideas and maybe going out and focus groups and talking to people. And then finally, eventually you get that idea that you're really excited about and you really want to pursue. And that joy is something that's not comparable to anything else.